did yesterday, Don, and how you fucked up, the way I did yesterday, Don, the way I did yesterday, Don, the way I did yesterday, Don, the way I did yesterday, Don. Centering. Look at Don, you fucking. Look at Don centering himself. Don is the worst. Come on. I'll jump aside. What am I going ahead with? Yo, what am I going ahead with? Come on. I just want to say this. Put Don in the queue. I just want to say this. Listen, man. I say this with respect. I ain't trying to insult them. Like, I'm just being honest. It's not really that complicated. Repost or whatever, repaste different fucking queue sequences. Like, that's not super complicated. It seems like the job in it, quote unquote, is like enforcing it in a way that like allows everybody to speak and everybody feels fairly treated. Dawn is like insanely biased. Like, if it's fucking Monica's part of us or someone speaking, then like Dawn will be like, oh, if you interrupt her one more time, you're getting moved down. And she'll actually enforce that shit. Whereas anyone, ironically, she got stabbed in the back by Jazzy today, and that's like a weird relationship those two have where I guess like Dawn is absolutely terrified of Jazzy until she saw like this was going to be an existential threat to her. She was going to lose her place as like the queue organizer, so then she like kind of turned on Jazzy, but ordinarily she's like really afraid of people like Jazzy, so she'll pretend like Jazzy is the same, you know, she has the same respect for Jazzy that she has for fucking Monica. Where like Monica is her ideology, as in Monica will serve as like a mouthpiece. She wants to hear what Monica has to say because Monica's views will align with hers. But Jazzy, she's just fucking afraid of her. Maybe they agree on like the Trump stuff. Nevertheless, the job, I'm not even advocating for Dawn keeping her job, not keeping her job, I could care less. But what is important is like, dude, enforce the shit fairly. Either you're the kind of person who moves people down, you know, when they interrupt people, just generally, like that's your principle, and it doesn't matter if it's your friend, you'll move them down like knowledge. Or you're the kind of person who just doesn't care, but then I don't want to hear like, oh, let Monica speak, you're getting moved down straight away. Or today I'm in a bad mood and I'm capricious, I'm just going to move people down, I'm a, you know, whatever mercurial moderator. Like, that's the shit that's fucking annoying. You know what I'm saying? And that was the shit that pissed me off the other day. It's like, Concrete's my guy. Like, we're pals, so we'll scream at each other and then we'll be cool the next day. But right fucking now, it's my fucking turn in the queue, and he's just incessantly interrupting me. And if it was Monica, it's like 2 interruptions and people start getting moved down by you. Now you're looking for other moderators. Well, other people, why don't you do that for Monica? Why when Monica's getting interrupted, do you not go, oh, Nathan, where are you, Nathan? Oh, knowledge, where's knowledge of this? I'm not the only moderator here. Like, why don't you do that for your friends? But you do that when it's like Concrete or people that you don't care about. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason, if you were to ever lose your moderator, that's why you should lose it, because you're not applying the rules fairly. And then also, I don't know if Jazzy's better than you per se. Like, clearly, this is like sort of method for people to kind of like wiggle their way into some kind of like authoritative position. And it's cool, whatever, if you do a good job, like, I don't care, ultimately, if this is like, you need validation from this in your life, that's cool. But also, it was super cringe what happened today with you, Jazzy. Like, if you're genuinely not trying to, like, you know, force yourself into the, insinuate yourself into the conversation or whatever it is, someone's just handling the queue, why does it fucking matter who does it? And like, yeah, Jazzy was doing it, so I don't see why you needed to like impose yourself. It seemed like super weird, kind of. I don't know. Next. Good, thank you. What? We need that. More Don critique. Next in the queue is Samoa, but I kicked him out of the room, so we're gonna person. One mic on King. And the queue. Yeah, I appreciate you, brother Knowledge. Now, I hate that y'all make me have to do this, but I'm gonna defend my girl, Dawn. Woo! I'm gonna do it. Yeah, you heard that right, Concrete? You heard that right, Timothy? Dawn is not only a sweet woman, yes she is, but she's also, since she's been instituted as a mod, has done 95% of the time a great, outstanding job, especially given, right, what she does in her real life, and that she's actually a wife, unlike a lot of women in here. Now, Concrete, I understand. I'm going to say, oh, King's being a diplomat, but my nigga, people are allowed, especially when they start out, to 5% of the time fuck up, have mix-ups or situations where things are, you know, don't go super well, blah, 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 this and that. If you're honest, Concrete, I know you can be honest, you too, Timothy, it is not always easy to manage big egos.
Who in chillism is going to deny that we got the biggest egos in here? If you're being honest, you know what I'm saying is the truth. And when you're managing big egos, things are not always going to go right. Just be honest with yourself, right? So my thing, concrete, is I think, especially as followers, we should give her a little bit of grace. Timothy is on another plane, so we can't ask him to do what we would do. But even him, if he's being honest, if he's being cordial, he can give Dawn a little grace too. And the final thing I'll end with, Jacobus, because I agree. You are funny.
I know. I made you.
I agree with most of what you said, but and I hate that you make me have to do this. Hey, Cocky, you're not gonna like this. Y'all know I give the Catholic Church as much criticism as anybody else, but I don't agree, Jacobus, that automatically Catholics either worship Mary or worship the Pope. I don't agree with that. As a matter of fact, I would argue that American Catholicism is a lot different than the rest of Catholicism around the world. American Catholicism, you can look at the popes when they're like
I call that the king.
when they're actually polled. You can see that they don't believe in Catholicism the way the Catechism lays it out, right? How the Pope is supposed to be, the vicar of Christ, this and that. Most American Catholics, believe it or not, they're Protestantized. They look at their Pope like we look at our pastors, like how my father's a pastor, right?
All right.
Or Billy Bob, pastor down the street. They look at the Pope very similar. They don't look at him like the representative. No, they just look at him as their high priest, as their pastor. So I think we have to do a case by case basis, Jacobus. I don't think it's fair. That's why I tried to make that distinction with you. Like, wait, are we talking about people who know that they're worshiping idols, or they're ignorant to that, or they come from an ideology that says that, but they're not particularly doing that themselves. So I don't think it's fair to just because somebody's Catholic assume that they worship the Pope or they worship Mary or all of that stuff. I've met plenty of great Catholics who are just like you or me or Concrete or whatever, where literally they Protestants, but that's the tradition they were raised in. I'll end it.
I would just say these people when you do I did my due diligence on these people. Remember when Jesus said, if you offend one of these little ones, like these children, it might as well put a rope and a cinder block around your neck and throw you into the sea. I asked both these individuals, if the Pope was in a burning building with a baby, would you save? They said they'll save the Pope and defend that baby's life as if it were. So these individuals are already
Thank you, bro. No, that's my
Don, there's look. So the canal says King Brad.
No.
So Don wrote that, right?
He's probably joking.
Don wrote that. So Don, we need you to fucking tighten up. Figure this out, Don.
Don, who's next after me? If it's Brad, that's fine. I didn't know.
No, there was no one after you. They made that up.
Okay, so they
Concrete made that up.
No, I didn't. Oh,
This nigga's lying. This nigga's lying. This nigga's lying. I want you to.
Remember? This nigga.
Look, I'm about to screenshot it. So
I called before King.
I'll screenshot it.
I said, yo, I'm gonna go after King.
This nigga knowledge just lied.
Really did. So let Concrete, then Timothy, then Jacob.
This nigga's knowledge either lied or this nigga lied or under. Who? Jacobus?
Yeah, Jacob.
Look at Jacobus PTR.
Just so y'all know I'm in the queue. Don't be
Yeah,
disrespectful.
we'll get you in there, Coach. You don't faggot ass nigga.
Wait, what's
Go
good
ahead,
about
Concrete.
this? What's good about this?
Yo, let's go, King.
Snake Eye, main source. Is that cool? Anyway. Yeah, man. I love the Don hate. I think we need to keep it going till Don fucking admits to her fucking bull. And guess what, Don? The reason why we're leaning on because you actually give a fuck. You're actually doing the work, but you want to do the work in a fucking, as Timothy said, inconsistent manner, right? Based on your fucking whims and your allegiances.
I gotta apologize. I was wrong. I just scrolled up I just
Okay, all right.
I was
Hit that mute button, brother. Hit that mute button. Thank you.
My bad,
Hit that mute button. Hit that mute button.
Sí, pero por favor, señor concreto.
Alright, I accept your apology. Hit
Por
that
favor,
mute button.
señor.
I accept your apology. Hit that mute button. So, King, you're definitely right. The egos run right in the room. But that's the problem, right? Self-governance is the key. Niggas let their egos run rampant to the detriment of the room, and we've seen the consequences day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year. So you think at some point people will figure out, oh, I can't just be unbridled with my fucking ego. I actually have to keep it in check for the sake of the conversation or the sake of the room or the sake of the situation, right? You think niggas would understand that. But for some strange reason, there seems to be like this law, institutional knowledge, and this shit has to be relearned and then relearned and then relearned. And it's fuck shit. I actually thought that things would progressively get better, especially if you have the same crew of people dealt with the same problems over and over. But there seems to be like, I don't know, this stunting of growth. I don't know, it's weird, bro. And what's so crazy, some of the people with the biggest egos are the ones that want the room to improve. The people with the unbridled egos are the ones that want the room to improve. So it's almost like, for some reason, humans, work against their own best interests. This shit is crazy. So you actually need other human beings to wake you up to your own fucking self-destructive bullshit. But guess what? If your self-destructive bullshit is predicated on your fucking overblown ego, what are you gonna do about fucking somebody telling you to chill out? You're gonna take it as an affront. And so now you're in a fucking incurable loop of unbridled ego, fucking room destruction, fucking I'm upset that the room is destructed, so maybe I'm gonna correct myself a little bit. Then it gets to my head, and I fucking over and over and over and over. And then we're gonna get to like the real point.
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the hawk's. By my head I invoke. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle, reverse the sign, given on unsacred deed of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of white, sewn with gold, the flashing of my that I wear.
make sure you sing the Kitover. So awesome.
By the song I invoke my hand is thy sword of revenge. Let it strike at thy bidding. By the sword I invoke
Have no fun.
Mine is the head of the man, and my inside is keen as the ox. By my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee.
Wow.
The clouds be shining
Mommy, what's with your rap brand, domestic terrorist?
Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as a hawk. By my head I invoked it. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoked it.
That would be racist.
Upon me shine the diamonds are radiant, white and pure. By their brightness I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle reverse, the sign given of none. Save it be of thee, O Lord. By the Lamb and I invoke thee. Free mine is the garment of white, sold with gold. The flashing of eye that I wear by my robe I invoke thee. Mine is the sign of a prophets and type of. By the sign I invoke thee. For mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue figure of the intimate. By my crown I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beads of pearl, so run I after thee in thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee.
Run them up.
I hear the bunch of double power in the voice of the master. Abraham, Abra, by the word I invoke thee. Be mine are the dark blue waves of music in the song that I made about to invoke thee. Strike a master chord. Draw the flaming sword. Child and conquering Lord. Horus, Avenger, by the song I invoke thee. In my hand is my sword of revenge. Let it strike at my face. By the sword I invoke thee. The voice of the fight, the voice of the 611 of the voices. Everyone of blood. The voice of the fight, the voice of the 611 of the voices. Everyone of blood.
Corn cobbler.
Mine is the adaptive man and my insight is keen as the hawks. By my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear. By my body I invoke thee. Around me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By the brightness I invoke thee. Mine is Mine is the turban of white and gold, and mine the blue finger at the intimate. By my crown I invoke thee. My fingers travel on the beats of pearl, so run I after thee, thy car of glory. By my fingers I invoke thee. For that the one that trouble power in the voice of the master. Abraham, by the word I invoke. My heart did not know waves of music in the sun that I take a hold to invoke thee. Strike the master chord, draw the flaming sword, crown, join the conquering Lord, honor, amen, God, by the sword I invoke thee. In my hand is that sword of revenge, let it strike, and I begin, by the sword I invoke the voice of the five, the voice of the six, 11 are the voices. Habla, habla. Mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the ox. By my head I invoke thee.
What? What's up?
I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear by my body. I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure by their brightness. I invoke thee. Mine is the red triangle reverse the sign, giving of none save it be of thee. Oh Lord, by the layman, I invoke thee. Mine is the garment of white, so mine is the head of the man, and my insight is keen as the ox. By my head I invoke thee. I am the only begotten child of my father and mother. My father is dead. My mother bore me with labor and pain and fear by my body. I invoke thee. About me shine the diamonds of radiance, white and pure. By their brightness, I. Mine is the head of the
Right, bathroom break.
Sign. The invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the ether, of whirling air, or of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God, the vast one might be mine is the head of the hawk, Abraham! I bear the rose and cross of life and in the side, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or unto the earth, or in the water, of dwelling air, or of rushing fire, and every spell and scourge of God, the vast one might be mine is the head of the hawk. I bear the rose and cross of life and light, giving the sign at each abracadabra. Remaining sign, the invocation concludes. Therefore I say unto thee, come thou forth and dwell in me, so that every spirit, whether of the firmament, or of the ether, or of the earth, or under the earth, on dry land, or in the water, of whirling air, or of rushing fire, and every spell came like dawn in my hands, soft but stronger than I knew. My fear turned gold in your eyes, and my whole night broke in two. I was lost in the noise, now I'm learning how to stay close to your quiet.